And now the next story I have for you guys is about the defense line and all the signings Real Madrid could make in order for them to boost and reinforce the defense line, because as you know, it's probably the weakest line right now on the field. I mean, if you think about it, we have players like Ferland, we have players like Carvajal getting older, or Lucas Vazquez, Rudiger, Alaba have been very questioned, right? All of them over the last months, I would say, right? I mean, the defense line of Real Madrid right now is not what it should be, right? It's much weaker, and right now, part of the problem is, no, I'm not gonna say them, right? But it's part of the defense line is a part of the problem, or is the 100% of the problem, right? Because we are conceding a lot of goals, and right now Ancelotti is sick and tired of it, and of course we have to find solutions. For example, the other day, the own goal from Ferland, it is something that we should consider, because it is something that has smashed to Ferland again, because it's not the first time the player is questioned, right, in Real Madrid. That is not the first time, and it's not only him, but Rudiger and Alaba are players right now who, in my opinion, are not ready to become the most important couple in the defense line, in the center back line of Real Madrid. So that's why we should take a look around and see what is the best, or what are the best choices for Real Madrid to replace these players, or sign new players who may become a little bit better, or who should make stronger the defense line, right? Or who should make the defense line stronger, right? For example, Alphonse Davies. They're talking about Alphonse Davies to replace Ferland, because he's a much better player, faster, more mature, and he doesn't make any mistake, or as many mistakes as Ferland is doing right now, is making right now. So Alphonse Davies is a guy who has a contract until 2024. It is almost impossible for Real Madrid to sign him, because Bayern Munich is not like Borussia Dortmund, a team who has to sell players, right? Not at all. And then what we have to do is to find new players like Guardiola or any other who can really replace these guys. And then we have to try to get something else from Rudiger and Alaba, because these guys, as a couple, they don't work, right? They are great players, they're good guys, they're good players individually, right? But not collectively, not like a couple, not like the leaders of the defense. If you remember, Sergio Ramos and Rafa Varane, especially Sergio Ramos, used to be the kind of defender who was all the time pushing, right? Just pushing and pushing and pushing their teammates in order for them to get ahead and get the danger far away from our goal, right? And these guys are completely distracted in that point. In that matter, they always forget, and when the rival attack, we see them all the time super close to the goal. So that's why we are conceding a lot of goals, because these guys are unable to get the defense line a little bit forward or a little bit ahead, and almost to the midfield, right? In order for us to get the danger away, and of course to escape from whatever the play or danger or whatever from the rival, right? So it's impossible for them to become the leaders of the defense of Real Madrid if they are missing, if they are lacking these kind of details that, in my opinion, are important for Real Madrid to do something really better, or do it any better, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know what Real Madrid has in mind right now, but what I can tell is the defense line is the biggest concern right now in the board members of Real Madrid. And of course, they are, according to Mario Cortegana, for example, here, Real Madrid are keeping an eye on the market for a new right back. So they are finding new players, right? They are finding new players because it is not enough. What we have is not enough. I told you guys the other day, Nacho Fernandez, in my opinion, is one of the best choices for Real Madrid, because in my opinion, he might do what I told you guys, what Sergio Ramos used to do, is get the defense line a little bit ahead, and of course to become the leader of the defense line of Real Madrid. And the funny thing is, he cannot. Right now, he's looking for a new team because he's not okay with the time he's playing this season. And of course, after the signing of Rudiger, he's reconsidering his opinions and his thoughts about Real Madrid, and to finish his career in Real Madrid because he's not playing at all. And that is something we don't want to see from Nacho, because Nacho is a great player, number one. And number two, I think that he's well prepared and way better prepared than David Alaba and Rudiger to become the number one center back for Real Madrid. The problem is we don't trust him anymore, but we should. I mean, we should, because the player has proved everybody wrong every time he's played on the lineup, and he's been doing great performances, right? And to me, there's no point in not counting with him, because he's one of the best players in Real Madrid, and he's one of the best defenders in the defense line in Real Madrid. So I don't know what is the point of not getting him out of the bench, man. But apparently Ancelotti trusts 100% in him, and not, in Alaba and Rudiger, and not in Nacho, right? So that's why I don't like the situation, and let's see. Let's see what happens, man. It's a big thing. I mean, it's a big thing what is happening right now with Nacho Fernandez. I don't know what is going to happen. And then others, for example, Carvajal and Lucas Vazquez, are getting older, man, and you cannot count on them for quite long to say, oh my God, we have to wait for these players. No, Real Madrid really has to do something about it. Apparently, Vinicius Tobias is becoming an option for Real Madrid, considering Vinicius Tobias is a right back who is playing great right now in the Real Madrid Castilla. He has a lot of chances to come up to the first team, but I don't know if Real Madrid are really not prepared for it, but are really trusting him, right? He's a good player, right? But that doesn't mean he's going to play all the time. So Vinicius Tobias might be for the future, but not for the present. And I think that there are chances enough out there. But if David Alaba and Rudiger don't have any kind of upgrade, improvement, or whatever you want to call it, man, we are going to have a problem. We are going to have a lot of problems, and see what happens. So I don't know what the possibilities are with these guys, man. But of course, it's gotta be difficult, because right now the concern within Real Madrid, for what I've been told, the concern in Real Madrid is really, really complicated. It's really complicated, and now we will have to wait to summer, right, to see if Real Madrid really wants to push hard to find new defenders, to find new left backs, to find new right backs, because it's the line. I mean, every single line has to be reinforced right now in Real Madrid. And the attack has to be reinforced, the midfield has to be reinforced, and every single thing has to be reinforced. I mean, the defense as well, and not the midfield as much as the defense or the attack line, but man, we have to do something about it. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big thing right now. Names like Alphonse Davies, names like Vinicius Tobias, names like Nacho are surrounding the defense line of Real Madrid in order for that to become a little bit better. Otherwise, man, we're done. When you have competitions, tournaments, and the champions, for example, it's pretty much impossible, man. If you cannot block, if you cannot protect your goal, it's gotta be impossible to win anything. It's gotta be impossible, complicated, difficult, whatever you want to call it. But if you don't have a good defense line, man, it's a thing. It's a thing you have to think about. And I don't know what is the plan of Florentino Perez, but I think that over the summer we are going to try to. I mean, for all the things I talk about with Tomás González Martín the other day, my opinion is Real Madrid will try to find a new defender, new midfielder, and of course a new forward. So it's a matter of time. But we'll have to wait, man. But because we have to compete in this season, we have to compete this season, not the next season. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We will have to wait a little bit and see what happens, and see if we can do it a little bit better, and if we can find a better choice for us and better replacements and better players and all that stuff. So that is as far as the defense line and all the signings Real Madrid could make over the next summer. I don't think it's going to happen right now in January, right? But it might happen in summer. So let's see what happens.